Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and I have just seen Nintendo's E3 Direct. And I'm just starting to process it all. I've got loads of notes to look through, and I'm going to give you my reaction to all the news and stuff that's going on. And by reaction, I mean my response to it. It's just reaction is one of those things that people search for. If you're looking for somebody doing this, oh my god, oh, it's amazing, oh, whoa, you're in the wrong video, so sorry. But anyway, I'm just going to dive right into things because I have got so much to do. There's so much to report on, so many things. I've already recorded like other videos that need to be edited first, like news things, talking about quick things. So I'm just going to dive right in. It's going to be very loose and waffly, but I am going to talk about all the major things that were revealed in this Direct, and I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot. So if I'm looking down like this, that's why. This isn't necessarily going to be in chronological order, I'm just going on the order that's in the press release, because I can't remember what order it was in. But anyway, the first thing that we've got here is the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country DLC. So this is the story DLC that has been sort of banding around. They've been chatting about it for a while. It looks really interesting. You know, it's been a long time since I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because I have so many other things to play. But yeah, it looks solid. It's interesting they're going for quite a different sort of angle. I didn't actually see Rex in there at all, so maybe this is taking place sort of parallel or before or after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know. But it looks like good fun. Always like a little bit of extra story stuff. Always better, you know, when it comes to DLC to have something story-driven in a story-based game. So yeah, looks really good. Next one is Super Mario Party. Did you see this thing? You're probably looking at it right now. This is an actual proper bona fide Mario Party game. It's not, there's no car that you're driving around in together. There's no, you know, sort of simultaneous just go where you like in a number of step things. It's roller dice, you move, and then all the other people do the same thing and stuff happens and you play some sodding mini games. It's an actual Mario Party game, and I am really bloody excited because I love Mario Party, but it's such a faff to try and get everyone to use an old machine if they're not used to using them. Sounds like a really silly thing, but I have some really silly friends apparently. So to be able to just take it on the go and have a Mario Party game on the go, just take it to a friend's house, plug it in the dock, or just have it on the side and give them a Joy-Con and say, let's end our friendship. That's what I love, and that is what I'm most excited about. And they've also done some other things, like you've got two switches on the ground, and like the things are sort of interacting with each other. Yeah, that looks interesting and fun, but I'm more interested in just the raw Mario Party gameplay. It just... What's next? What's next? What's next? Fire Emblem Three Houses. We didn't see an awful lot of this, but it does look like they've got some really interesting different things that they're doing with the traditional Fire Emblem gameplay. I don't know how well it'll work out, but it's still really exciting to finally see something Fire Emblem related on the Nintendo Switch that isn't Fire Emblem Warriors, which was, you know, decent game, but it's not a Fire Emblem game, is it? It's a Warriors game. Rather than just having like individual characters, it looks like you've got units of troops that you command and you can like change formation and stuff like that. We really don't know too many details at the moment because they haven't even done anything on the treehouse with it yet, but it's looking interesting. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Advance Wars, and that's not surprising considering that was also made by Intelligent Systems, the people who make Fire Emblem. And if they can introduce some of that where, you know, sort of you have a unit and it's controlled by like a key character, that would be a really interesting way to really sort of broaden and slightly change the Fire Emblem formula. Because Fire Emblem is great, I love it to pieces, but it could do with a little bit of mixing up, something a little bit fresher in the actual sort of, in terms of the raw mechanics, to really breathe some new life into it. Because they've done some bits here and there, but overall it's been fairly similar for the past many, many years. So this is good. Proof of the pudding will be in the eating, of course, so let's hope that they talk about it in the treehouse. I'm sure they will. Demon Ex Machina. I don't know about this. It says, I'm going to read the PR because, you know, they just showed some flashy, you know, stuff going on. A new fast-paced mech action game from Kenichiro Tsukada. I'm so sorry, I've completely destroyed your name. It's coming in 2019, and it looks a little bit like Custom Robo to a degree. It says here, players control their fully customizable Arsenal-powered suit, arse, on a variety of missions to thwart the enemy at all costs. They can choose and equip their arsenal with a multitude of weapons, obtain more from downed enemies, and swap them on the fly to suit their strategy in the face of ever-changing threats. So yeah, it reminds me actually in a couple of ways of a game called Little Battlers Experience, which was a game that I reviewed on the 3DS back in day. I don't know why I was asked to review it now off the top of my head. I think because we got sent a physical copy, but that's irrelevant. We're talking about this, and basically you have this mech and you customize it, and you go through and you've got a battle and stuff like that. It's really good fun. So if it's like that, I'm in. It's got a really beautiful art style as well, sort of really sharp edges and cel-shaded, and it looks like there's quite a lot of aliasing going on, but it's difficult to tell on a stream, isn't it? But yeah, looks really, really tasty. I just hope that there's a little bit of depth to it, because that was a bit lacking in Little Battlers Experience. I don't know why I keep going back to that, as if it's made by the same people. It might be, I don't know. Overcooked 2! I was surprised that this got its own segment, because there were quite a few games featured, but a lot of them were just like rapid fire. But Overcooked 2, yes, it is a sequel to Overcooked. Overcooked was a game that I enjoyed thoroughly on the Switch, and haven't played it in a long time, actually, simply because it is so stress-inducing, and generally when I play co-op games I am trying to relax a bit more, because it's usually in the evening and stuff like that. But Overcooked 2 looks like it's taking the Overcooked formula and progressing it, and maybe if it's a little bit, you know, sort of a little bit more efficiently created, it might run a little bit better on the Switch, because the original Overcooked, historically and famously, did not run very well at all. Did have a patch though, so give them that. But yeah, Overcooked 2, more Overcooked. I am interested. I'd be lying if I said it was my highlight. You know, it's just more Overcooked by the looks of it. Nothing much more to say about it. Killer Black Queen, I don't have much of an opinion on, to be honest. Looks entertaining enough, but yeah, I don't know. I think at the time I was too busy writing up something else that had happened, so I didn't really get a good look at it. And, but you know, I was watching it, but nothing really leapt out at me. Could be really good, I don't know. I'm really not the right person to talk to. So let's move on. Hollow Knight, yes, Hollow Knight at long bloody last. I love me a bit of Hollow Knight, or at least I assume I do, because I've never played it, and I'm really excited to play it on Switch. It has been promised for so long now. I think it's over a year since it was announced, and you know, you'd think that it would be a fairly straightforward port over, but you know, apparently not. Or maybe there's some, you know, additional content. It does come with all the DLC, which is really important. So yeah, Hollow Knight looks amazing, gorgeous art style, great gameplay. Metroidvania games are always a favorite of mine, so yeah, really looking forward to that one. Fortnite, well, it's Fortnite, isn't it? I've enjoyed Fortnite the times that I've played it. I know a lot of people really can't stand it for one reason or another, but unsurprisingly, even more people absolutely love it, or it wouldn't be this popular. We all knew it was coming, so I've already spoken about it loads, so I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it can only be a good thing for the Switch, because it's a free-to-download game that's insanely popular. It's downloading now currently on my Switch. At the time of recording, for some reason, it's available in the North American eShop, but not the European one. Why? But yeah, if you're interested, give it a download. It's free, of course. You don't have to spend any money if you don't want to, which is really important because I plan on spending absolutely nothing on it, because I'm that kind of guy. Octopath Traveler, yep, it's still Octopath Traveler. This is a trend. There's quite a few games that they featured that weren't new overall, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll give my overall thoughts at the end. But there is a new demo coming for Octopath Traveler. When is it coming? 14th of June. Nice. That's only a few days' time when recording. Oh, it says if you play the demo, you can then use the save data transfer feature to carry your choices over to the main game. That's really good. I like that. But then featured like loads of really, you know, sort of loads of games, really quick succession, so I really wasn't able. I was live blogging at the time on the site and I just could not keep up. So I was just saying like, a variety of new games. The things like EA Sports FIFA 19, you know, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, really good. Looking forward to that one. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, don't know anything about it, but loads of people love it, so again, can only be a good thing for the Switch. Dark Souls Remastered, of course, really looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, better late than never, eh? I do think it's a shame that it's taken so long, and I think that unfortunately they probably missed the boat a bit with Wolfenstein. A little bit like Doom, Doom didn't even sell 1 million in the end, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, I really expected it to do better, and I've got a horrible feeling the same's going to happen with the same thing is going to happen with Wolfenstein 2. It's going to get a little bit lost to the wayside because it's taken too long to come out, but we'll have to wait and see. What else was there? Oh yes, Starlink Battle for Atlas. Already spoken about this briefly. There's Star Fox stuff happening, which is massive good fun. Interestingly, Star Fox Grand Prix wasn't mentioned. That's just dawned on me. This is odd. There were a load of leaks that got things right, a load of leaks that got everything wrong. Really odd, because everyone was going along saying, "Oh yes, it's definitely it's gonna happen," and it didn't. Unless they're gonna do it during the Treehouse, which is possible, but unlikely. Yeah, it's not at E3 if it's even a thing. Okay, now let's talk about the big thing. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It is the Switch version of Smash Bros. That I think honestly, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to properly complain about this one, because they have finally turned around and said, yep, every single character is gonna be in the game. Every single character from every Smash Bros is in the game. Even Pichu, for goodness sake. I still saw some people complaining about it, but I think that was mainly because, sort of, oh, it's just talking about Smash Bros. Talk about some other games, which is, fine. Not everyone's into Smash Bros, and it was like 25 solid minutes of Smash Bros, which for me was amazing, but I can understand why quite a few people were a little bit disheartened by it all, because it's just, arguably it's too much. Smash Bros is obviously a big deal, but I was kind of hoping there would be other games to talk about as well, rather than just quite a lot of things we already know about and Smash. I was just hoping for a little bit more. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Smash Bros itself looks fantastic. It just looks like a fan's dream come true. All the characters. I mean, all the characters. Even Snake is in it. Wolf is back. We've got Young Link as well. Honestly, it looks fantastic, and a lot of people are asking, oh, is it a port? Is it a new game? From the look of it, there's enough new content in there, and sort of changes to the main gameplay mechanics and different, characters and stuff like that, that I would say, does it matter? It's a new Smash Bros. Game, whether it's based on the old code or not, it looks new enough to be proper new, so yeah. I love it. I love it. I love the look of it. I really do. I really do. We had a look at loads of things. The big highlight for me in Smash terms, I know it's really obvious, and maybe I should be a little bit more discerning about what I consider to be a big deal. But Ridley being in Smash, mwah! And they actually said, I believe in the Treehouse just before I started recording this, that Ridley. They weren't going to include Ridley for XYZ, he's too big, wouldn't be a fair representation of Ridley, and that's why he wasn't in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, except as a boss in the Wii U version, he wasn't a playable character. But they said there was so much demand for him, especially overseas, so that's us lot, the Westerners, was saying, give us Ridley, that they went, okay, and that seems to be the overall feel with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, is that they've listened to the fans and they've just gone, okay, yep, this, all of these things that you're suggesting, all the criticism, all the suggestions, we're taking it all on board and we're solving it, we're doing it, they're really bloody listening, and it's amazing. They went into so much depth, it was honestly fantastic. For a Smash fan, absolutely amazing, but I'm gonna do my conclusion now, because the E3 conference overall, the Direct, wasn't perfect. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but it still was, it was good. It was solid, but I did just feel that there was far too much reliance on old games and, and Smash. It's great. I love Smash, and, things like Octopath Traveler, great. I love it, but there were very few new games properly announced. I mean, we had a look at Fire Emblem, but we already knew that existed. Super Mario Party was a new game. Demon X Machina. If anyone starts pronouncing it Damon, don't. I made that mistake for years when I played Warhammer. It's pronounced Demon, even with an A. Yeah, just overall, I'm just looking at the list of games here. There wasn't that much new stuff, and that is a big shame for me. It's a real shame because I was really looking forward to, you know, finally getting some new information about Yoshi, as in like, sorry, the Switch Yoshi game. We don't know what it's actually called yet. Probably will do over the next couple of days though. And I just wanted to see more new stuff and it just wasn't there. Again, it could happen during the Treehouse, but this was the Direct, this was the big thing, and I did feel a little bit disappointed. I still wouldn't say it was bad, but I was hoping for more. Again, you've always got to keep your expectations in check, but yeah, I was hoping for more. But Ridley and Smash, that makes up for it for me. It just, yeah. Ridley and Smash, ridiculous. The memes are gonna go wild. But anyway, that's what I thought of Nintendo's E3 2018 Direct presentation. It was pretty good. The Smash stuff was great. I just wish there was a little bit more new stuff, a few more surprises. Because, you know, things like Fortnite was leaked and stuff like that. Just a few more surprises would have been really, really tasty. But we didn't get it. Oh well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you predict everything that's going to happen to that subscribe button? And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.